Let's see. Wise Hope actually makes money. You make money. And it doesn't really need to be much money. It's just that we kind of need to compensate for the islands that most definitively will cost us. A lag and potentially quite a few things more. Minus 500. Yeah, that kind of has to do with the fact that we just have that much shit in production around here. This one too is not really, it's nice if I could start upgrading the people on these islands.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Yeah, I think we can probably save a bit here. Get rid of all of you. Put it like this.
Stores are inundated.
Get rid of this. Because we do need the fucking resources.
Peddlers say there's nowhere to take it.
The people celebrate your leadership.
I mean, Peaceful Skein makes a nice amount of money, but that is
People
mostly because of
celebrate your
this.
leadership.
Geez, all things considered, most of my islands actually do produce money. Hard to believe, I know, but they're not that bad off. Okay, the people here seem to be on their way to starvation. Something we might potentially want to do something about. Mostly because if the population here falls, it's gonna be a massive drain on my resources. Like, yeah, I wouldn't believe it. Also, it means I can't upgrade them. Which, of course, is by itself not much of a problem right now. I do love it. They get everything else apparently in abundance. But the most obvious, necessary thing, namely fish to eat, apparently also the one resource they don't get in abundance. Strange little fact of life, I would say. Share income is not bad. The maintenance, however, is a really big number. Trade ships, my warships cost, of course, 5,000. And of course, I'm paying royal taxes. Taxation.
A bold new expedition, Admiral.
Yeah, sure. I'm very much of that. But then let's wait until the people have remembered that they shall get fish. Yes, finally fish seems to be coming in. It's taken a while, but things are looking somewhat well. I'm also losing out on wool a bit, but not yet to a degree where I'm too worried. Then again,
Those who wish to grow must themselves grow others.
sure.
There is nothing like trying.
Ship of the line. Ship of the line, ship of the line, ship of the line, ship of the line. Ship of the line.
A mind as fine as jade.
Yeah, is that so? Now it's only minus 40.
You reached a new milestone.
And let me put it like this. These houses are not yet completely filled. Well, I guess if I could give you a bit of a Wurst production, that would you make be maybe potentially more willing to actually come along. Chat, the use this island in particular is basically existing for the sole purpose of exporting things. So I can't really afford to make them use all of their resources, basically. Those resources are quite necessary.
Your leadership. The people celebrate your leadership.
Yes. And that's what we in the business like to call money making. Well, you also would like soap now, and I will produce it in a smallish degree.
The people celebrate your leadership.
God damn it, of course it doesn't fit. Only that should get the production of the necessary resources going. Although I will say not necessarily in the biggest potential way. Oh, have I actually forgotten to give you a sheep? You actually tend to. My apologies, poor little farmer. It was not my intention to let you sit around and doing nothing, besides scratching your balls. That would be somewhat of a misuse of resources, I'd say. Can't have that now, can we? And then I think it will take actually a while for this to go off, but sooner or later my people should be somewhat satisfied here. Resources are filling up slowly. My problem is, then they're gonna ask for stuff like this, and this costs maintenance. But hey, if my people are happy, it comes with a few advantages. Most of those... Why does my church cost as much in...
It's our human right.
Human rights. Sure, buddy. Sure, human rights. Idiot. You really think you have human rights? Not when I'm concerned. I think the only thing that's actually taken a while is the soap, but well, that's pretty damn obvious that that's gonna take a lot longer to get off. Yeah, so far so good, I'd say. Just with this small influx of people, we already have gained a lot. Eventually we could start upgrading here again.
Full of gladness, I make my best work.
It's probably a thing we should keep in mind in order to, you know, make sure we're not running completely bankrupt. Could have said something before I zapped the overgame. Because I was pretty sure my ship should have been finished. I was kind of wondering at the back of my head, why? Why is nothing happening? How does my stores fare these fine days? We're losing on fish, we're losing on schnapps. Apart from that...
Reflects the times.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Is this feeling disgrace?
Apart from that, things are reasonably okay.
As
Okay.
your paper says, they can't always have it rich.
Now then, fish and schnapps. Sounds like a horrible combination. But hey, it keeps the people happy, what can I say? Alright, well, we added. Should keep the workers satisfied. Indeed, very satisfied. Which means the rest can move in too, which means we're getting at least a bit more in the way of money. We're right now making just barely enough to keep things going. Sadly, that ain't going to last now, is it? Okay, first things
What brings
first.
you here, Master?
The usual, potatoes. Surprisingly honest answer, if you ask me. At this point we're making 155 minus, but that's not really a problem. We can just build more. Well, we could, potentially, if we wanted to. Luckily for us, our people are happy as can be, and that also means that we can soonish start with our little next step in line, namely with this one. Come on. Okay, first step.
Ship constructed.
Very well and truly good.
Ship of the line reporting in.
Now then, create a route, a trade route from where we're gonna load red peppers, red peppers, red peppers, and red peppers to back here where we're gonna unload all of that. Then we're gonna add the trumpet fish. Good. Now on this particular
People
end,
celebrate your leadership.
we would need bricks for that. Not a problem. We can actually take a few bricks over. Well, to be very precise, we can bring over 21 bricks, which is, I think, just enough to build, yeah, both of them. That will empty capacity. Just enough to, I think, make it reasonable to actually have one ship exclusively doing that. Because right now one trip will actually empty the complete store, but will not completely fill up my ship, which is of course a waste. You don't really want to waste your time and your money that much. Okay? It's like half of what we need.